Hello everyone, this is Korath Landwalker, and this afternoon we're going to have a little bit of fun in Star Citizen. We'll be doing some flying, doing some fighting, and even doing something crazy. But first, a minor announcement. It was recently unveiled that later this month, Star Citizen will be having its annual Invictus Flight Week. Let's take a look at the page here. Specifically, in 19 days, 22 hours, and 59 minutes. They have an add to your calendar thing, if, that's your sort of deal. What the Invictus launch week basically involves is it's a free flight week. Anybody can come in without having pledged for a ship, as long as they have an account, and give the game a try. And the free ships that you'll be able to fly will be, well, not this one. The ship being shown here is the Javelin Destroyer, which is a huge ship, which we've seen before, basically in kind of a non-combat situation, usually. The Xenothreat was a minor exception. But you haven't really been able to go on board because the interiors weren't ready. Until now. One of the big features here is that you're going to be able to take a tour of the United Empire of Earth Starship Warhammer. You'll be able to go on board and take a look at some of the interior. Will it be all the interior? No, probably not. Otherwise, they'd be distributing these things to the folks who backed the destroyer. And how can I put this simply? The crew numbers about 80 players if you want to fully crew it. That means all the guns, all the piloting stuff, all these things that go with it. And the server's maximum size is 50 people. Yeah. And it's quite possible they haven't gotten all the interiors finished, so this is probably a tour of the parts that are finished. All the same, it'll still be pretty cool. Now we've got this lovely graphic here. Yep, test fly every ship for free. Now, honestly, when they say test fly every ship, they're really talking about test fly every military ship on certain days. On the other hand, if you happen to be in the game, there will be people who are likely going to be more than happy to lend you use of some of their ships if you just ask. Since insurance isn't a thing yet, really, I mean, you got claim timers and all that, but since there's no real cost for letting someone borrow your ship, they may be willing to lend them. Now, apparently the launch week is going to be held at New Babbage, so it'll probably be at the same center, the Tobin Center, that they did the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. So that kind of disappoints me a little bit, because I was hoping to see the ArcCorps Convention Center again. Oh well, I guess that is going to be closed down for the foreseeable future, because I'm sure that by the time the expo comes rolling around in November, they're probably going to showcase it in Orison, which should be out there by the time that kicks off. In any case, on the first couple days of the flight week, you have 4 different companies showing their military hardware. Roberts Space Industries, Consolidated Outland, Argo Astronautics, although I'm hard-pressed to think of what they've got that's military hardware, and Origin Jumpworks. The second pair of days will be featuring Aegis Dynamics. They're big enough of a military contractor that they take the whole period of time. Then, the next 2 days, we have Crusader Industries, Tumbrel, and Misk. And considering how few ships they have that are military hardware, or thereabouts. That's not shocking. Anvil Aerospace owns the next 2 days, and that is the technical end of Invictus. But, as usual, since those garbage manufacturers at Drake Interplanetary are excluded, they're having their own little defense con the next couple of days after that. Because, well, they're garbage. Yeah, I'm horrible that way. And apparently there's some sort of finale lined up for the last 2 days. Now, my stream is going to likely hit on the 22nd because, we can do simple math. 21 plus 01 is 22. Yay, I can do simple math. So, when Invictus starts, I will be going over some of the ships on RSI, Consolidated Outline, Argo, and Origin. Not expecting a whole lot out of those because I've flown most of those, and I don't think I'm going to find too much new to say. On the other hand, maybe people will be interested in seeing what's there and dropping on the stream, say hello, and we'll see what happens. And yeah, the more mathematically inclined of you will have noticed that the Invictus Flight Week event is actually a little bit more than a week. So on the 29th, it's going to be Drake Interplanetary, and I think it will probably just be kicking off. They usually tend to start at 1 o'clock Eastern, so it's probable that it'll be the Drake Interplanetary and not Anvil Aerospace. We'll see what happens. So we will be forced to fly some of those Drake garbage starships to check things out a bit. Okay, I'll probably spend the time in the Cutlass Blue, I bet, because that's the one ship that I haven't flown a whole lot of from Drake. Well, really, who would want to fly Cutlass? Seriously. Okay, well, that's just my prejudices showing. Didn't have that pronounced come out of my mouth correctly, did I? So that all starts in 3 weeks, and I've got the countdown here. Invictus in 3. So we'll probably go over this page again in the next couple weeks to roll through. I'm expecting good things. And it's also worth mentioning that with Invictus, we are likely to see a new patch come out with the 3.13.x, which will bring us the Hercules Starlifters and the Nova Tank, or as they like to call it here in Star Citizen Land, the Tonk. Okay, well, that takes care of the Invictus lead-in. Now, into the fun. I am sitting here in Everest Harbor, ready to go out and do violence. As I mentioned last week, we recently got the new 3.13 patch in. It had a lot of new stuff in it. I was able to do some stuff, but not some others. I still have yet to see a trolley. And I don't expect too much out of it today either. And how much use I would get out of it remains to be seen. But I just want to at least see where they are so I can find them. I mean, sheesh, seriously, does everybody take every trolley, and are there really that few on everywhere? Seriously? I'm clearly looking in the wrong places. That doesn't shock me over much. And somewhere during the halfway mark of the stream, we will be playing a little bit of mad science. What do I mean? We'll find out. So, since the last time around, I've been doing a little bit of the bounty hunting thing. I still have no contacts, but my reputation has been climbing slowly but steadily, aside from a hiccup with a bug that kind of hosed me on North Rock. So I'm kind of basically in neutral land here, but I'm still an associate. well, I'm at least a junior, so what am I? Let's get some specifics here. I am an associate. Okay. So once it starts filling up, you're at that level. When you filled up the bar here, you're promoted to the next level. So this will be security agent, and that'll be when I start getting bonuses on pay from North Rock. In the meantime, I am still working my way through the junior guild member status of the Bounty Hunters Guild, which means I can only do medium risk threats. At least I'm pretty sure that was the way it worked out. Let's take a look at my bounty contracts. Now, another thing that I've yet to do are some of the contracts that are on the ground. For example, we have this Invictus legal occupants for 30,000 UEC. That's a nice chunk of change. The downside is that they're taking place in a cave on Aberdeen. So that would be a first-person shooter thing, but Aberdeen is awfully hot, so I'd have to go in wearing something other than my usual armor. I'd have to wear something that can handle the heat. And I'm not quite prepared to go into a cave solo on that sort of thing yet. That said, I'm not going to rule out the possibility of giving it a try a little later in the stream. In the meantime, I'm going to grab this group assignment because it pays better. I like pay. And as always, I grab a call to arms. Now you see that we also have an illegal occupants mission in the mercenary tab, and those tend to be the usual bunker missions that have been around since God knows when. That's been done enough times. Boring. Okay, it's not boring. Come on. We can do better. A couple other minor things, nothing big. Personal missions. Now I've got this mission here from Vaughn. Now his stuff tends to involve getting criminal status. And I'm tempted to give it a try for now, but no. I mean, no offense to Vaughn and all that, but the criminal activity is something I'm saving for other trips, shall we say. Alright. So, step 2. Choose a starship. Now, if I were doing hardcore reputation building here, I would grab the Constellation Andromeda, or maybe the Aegis Saber. But I want to fly ships right now that perhaps are not the most common ships to use in these situations. Oh god, I've got another duplicate 325. One of these days they're going to fix these duplicate ship issues. Maybe with 3.14. We'll see. I think last time I might have fiddled with... Well, I fiddled with the Tana, I think, a couple weeks ago. I forget what I was doing last week. Time flies when you're having fun, right? No. I think we're going to try something a little bit on the... I am considering, in the not horribly distant future, a new challenge where I do the CO Mustang Alpha challenge. Just not today. In a way, it would be better if I did, though, because I'd be starting from scratch on all the bounties, so that would be a more true-to-life new player experience. But I think I'd rather wait until 3.14 lands, when everything is cleared out again. I think what I'm going to do is grab one of the favorite combat vessels of players everywhere, the Aegis Gladius. I prefer the Arrow, but the Gladius is a lot to recommend it. And flying it is pretty fun. So let's go outside and see what we've got. Let's make sure my helmet is on. Good. You would be amazed how many times I've gone out in airlock and suddenly discovered my helmet's not on. Cough, cough, gasp, die. Breathing vacuum is no fun. I don't recommend that. Now, hopefully, somewhere along the line, I might get an offer from Mal Eckert, and we can see what the Contacts tab will do. Just possibilities. You know what? What I should have done was check the loadout of the Gladius first, because I'll feel really embarrassed if it turns out that I don't have all the guns on there. You'd be surprised how many times I've done that, too. Okay, we have all the weapons we could ask for. Basically, it's got 2 Panther repeaters on the wings and a Gatling gun on the nose. One of these are ballistic, and 2 of these are energies. We also have a small complement of missiles. Gladius is a light fighter. Hello, Legend Eternal. How are you doing this afternoon? Or I guess it would be closer to, well, must convert time zones here. I guess it would be just past noon here for you, wouldn't it? Hope things are going well on your side of the monitor. I am presently getting ready to play around with building my reputation a little more here, and we are flying the Aegis Gladius. Just past noon, and you're doing Sailing the Seas. You're doing that Sea of Thieves, or Ship of Thieves, or one of those things of thieves. Because it's not enough for a legend to be a pirate in Star Citizen. He has to be a pirate on the 7 seas as well. I'm not going to say he has a type. Because that would be rude. And in about, little over 40 minutes, we are going to have some entertainment added to the stream here. More on that as we get closer. Arr! Yo ho, it's a pirate's life for him. Okay, let's get the map rolling here and find my targets. Now, I do feel compelled to mention that there are a couple little interesting tidbits about bounty hunting right now. Tidbit 1. Bugs happen. I know, that's a big shock, right? Why am I obstructed to aerial? Okay, another bug. Huh. Maybe if I can just set myself to aerial itself. There we go. Bug that I ran into with North Rock is that there's occasionally a situation where you explode your target, but it doesn't count him as being killed. And then you're stuck and you lose reputation because you can't complete the mission. Now, I've only encountered it on the North Rock bounty. I don't know if it would happen on the single target bounties. So, you know, things to look forward to somewhere along the line. Yay. That's one bit of detail. The other bit of detail is I keep hearing rumors of a nerf coming to bounty hunting. And I want to say it has to do with these beacons. I don't think it has to do with the payout, but I do think it has to do with the beacons. I don't think you're going to be able to just kind of look at them and jump them anymore. I don't know if they're going to hose the ability to go directly to the target off of the map either. How that's going to work, don't really know yet. We have a lot of question marks here. Always in motion the future, as a little green man once said. Alright, our first target is an Aegis Saber. Now, I am running with locked weapons here, fixed weapons. So I have no gimbal assist going on. So I'm just going to have to content myself with dealing with the fixed weapons. However, it does remind me that I did not link my guns together. So why don't I take care of that now, so I don't have to worry about that in the future. Because I'm lazy. Now, right now, I can just visually target my location and jump. That's a new thing. Whether or not it stays that way, don't know. Let's see. Trying to motivate yourself into going to PTU to see, but it's probably going to piss you off. Yeah, that's a possibility too. You may have also noticed that I've included a new little thing on my bot here. I wasn't entirely sure it was going to work. That every 20 minutes or so, it is going to make available my referral code. So if you don't have Star Citizen, you don't have an account for Star Citizen, you'd like to try it out, you want to make an account, I've provided a helpful link that will allow you to make an account and use my referral code. What this will do for you, if you stick around and make a pledge, is you will get an Aurora ES Starship for free. That's not as impressive as it sounds, because an Aurora ES ship is hot garbage, honestly. How much hot garbage is it? You can't even pledge for the Aurora ES, to my knowledge. The game package goes for the MR, not the ES. But on the other hand, hey, it's a free ship. It'll have lifetime insurance, which means you can upgrade it to a better ship and still have lifetime insurance. And yes, if you stick around and do that kind of thing, I will also get an Aurora ES, which I promise I will fly at some point if I get it. Yes, I know, that's big motivation, right? Ooh. Yeah, LTI tokens are gold. Especially not so much gold right now, obviously, because we're still in the alpha. But when insurance starts becoming a real deal, it will be helpful. Especially if your ship happens to be on the high-end side, like, say, 890 jumps, or Idrises, or Javelins. You know, the big boys. But I imagine they'll also be pretty good for large ships too, like Carracks and Hammerheads. Now, theoretically, if I've done this bot correctly, it'll only pop up once every 20-ish minutes, so you only have to have it inflicted upon you 6 times in my stream on the average. Knock on wood. I tried to make it work last week, but I think I had the message threshold a little too high. So I dropped the message threshold, and we'll see how it goes. It's just there so folks don't have to worry about typing in exclamation ref to get my referral code. They can just see it when it pops up on the bot. I'm still learning about some of the stuff I can do with the Streamlabs bots, and I'm still trying to figure some things out with it. I'll probably never do anything really fancy with it, like, giveaways or anything like that. Mainly because, I don't have really anything to give away. Maybe if I get the Aurora ES. No, I wouldn't do that to people. That's just too evil. As we've been talking this through, I have been quietly but certainly taking out my targets, ending up with Gladius versus Gladius action. Let's see whose Gladius will break first. Well, so far I'm getting hits on him, and he's not getting hits on me, so as far as I'm concerned, I'm winning. Now, Gladius is a little bit better shielded than the Arrow. It has 2 shields to play with. But in the final analysis, the Gladius is still a light fighter. And that means it can only take so much punishment before it decides to break open in pieces. I do have to admit that I love the Aegis computer system here. When you take out a target, it doesn't say target destroyed. It says kill. I just love how these guys operate. Now, one of the things that's annoying is that the messages are kind of dark blue right now and black, which makes them very hard to read. I'm not a fan of that. But, it's an alpha. Things are always always being iterated upon. Let's see, we have a Mysterious RT, which is another one of those cave missions. Again, it's in Aberdeen, so we're not going to be dealing with Aberdeen. It's hot on Aberdeen. People bake on Aberdeen. I do like the price tag. But I think I will do better dealing with the North Rock bounties for now. Especially since, you know, I'm more likely to succeed in the North Rock bounties, and I'm more likely to fail in the Entrenched bounty. The difference is clear. So, let's pick up that bounty and see where they show up. It is kind of having a delay here in transferring over. Still waiting for the acceptance to register. Gladius is not a bad looking ship. It's the kind of thing you would think of when you think of a space fighter craft. It's not my favorite design by any stretch of the imagination, but you know, it does the job, and it does it well. Okay, let's check the accepted bounties, because I honestly should have seen it by now. I'm beginning to think that someone grabbed it when I was talking. That was that. Yep, here we are again. There we go. There's my bounty missions. Sheesh. And it looks like they're all around the moon of Ita. Uh-oh, it looks like one of them is kind of double stacked. That's gonna be a problem. Well, no fear. If they want me, they got me. I will match myself against any pair of opponents. Of course, I say this now. Now watch them come in with a pair of hammerheads or something. Oh yeah, someone's on the chat talking about the extra generators and power plants on the Andromeda, the Constitution, sorry, the Constellation. At this point, we're pretty sure that's a bug. So expect that to get fixed at some point. Because there's no, I'm not even 100% sure those generators and power plants are, those extras are even working. And we've got somebody here, local to me. But as long as they're not closing in on me or radar locking me, I'm okay. Let bygones be bygones. Alright, one guy's 12 kilometers away, one guy's 9.5 kilometers away. I am noticing the fact that they are not giving me the delay that I've seen last week with bounties, where I would reach the destination, I'd have to wait and wait and wait and wait for someone to show up. They seem to be showing up pretty regularly right now, which makes me wonder if it's a server issue that was the problem. Don't know. It is a mystery. And there's our first target, a Gladius, which means, oh, duck, 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 duck. There we go. Almost managed to slam myself into debris. That would have been just a needless bit embarrassing. Alright, let's unload. Uh-oh, looks like the other guys made my acquaintance, shall we say. So I'd better waste this guy quickly before I get wasted by his partner. So far, so good. I'm landing hits. Doing some minor damage. And one down. The other guy, who is he? Cutlass Black. Oh man, I just got lucky. If that guy had closed in on me and unloaded with his ammo, that could have gotten ugly. I may talk a lot of trash about the Cutlasses, but whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, that was a big rock I almost whacked into. That was almost a really ugly way to die. This is why situational awareness... Oops, wrong button. Where's my... there we go. This is why situational awareness is important when you're dogfighting. If I told you how many times I managed to careen into a rock... Well, that went a lot smoother than I thought it would. Drake Cuddy is overpowered. Yes, because, you know, with all the duct tape they have that holds those things together, that's too much. Okay, target number 3 is still lurking out here. Why don't we make him sorry he decided to be a bad person? Comey Furlough. Yeah, there it is again. Another quick targeting. Today has been pretty good so far. I've gotten the bounties and I haven't had to wait for them to show up. They've all been here. This guy is flying a truly terrifying vessel, a Freelancer Miss. Okay, the terrifying part is the fact that they've got zillions of missiles. However, they need to be at a decent distance to kick those missiles off, and we're going to be closing that distance awfully quick. If you can stay in close, the missile boat is not nearly as scary. Oh, okay, admittedly it does have the size of 3 or 4 guns on it, so that they are still somewhat scary. But the Cutlasses have a lot more guns to play with, so I tend to worry more about the Cutlasses than I do about the Freelancer Misses, unless they have distance on me. If they have distance on me, then I get terrified, because that means they can lock a bunch of missiles on me and do bad things. I've also mentioned how durable they are. There we go. That's what's called taking the beating. Bounty complete. Hopefully I should get a message any time now about being able to get better bounty targets. Because I like to be able to move on to the high-risk boys. There's my moolah. Tasty credits. Ah! Nothing. Nada. Oh wait, hold on. Maybe not. I'm getting one of those exclamation messages here. It says something must be going on. My North Rock is still associate. Oh, okay, excellent. I should be seeing the Journeyman license come up anytime now. Those high-risk targets should soon become available. Let's take a look at the bounty hunting, and there it is. Journeyman Tracker License Certification. Unfortunately, the bad news is I've got to go to Yella to get to him. And that's around the planet Crusader, which is not the planet Hurston, and someone is local in my area, so why don't I kill him off before I head back to Everest and swap starships. Because the Gladius might not have the fuel to get me to Crusader. Plus, the Constellation is kind of key to the entertainment portion of the stream. More on that as we get closer. Oh, there's 2 targets to worry about. Oh, that's annoying. What's the other target? My other target is okay, Gladius. I might be able to take out the Gladius faster than the Mist, so let's see if I can take him out quickly. There we go. Now we take out the Mist before he gets a chance to start throwing missiles at me. There we go. Oh, damn, Merryweather, look at that helmet. Ugh. Scary helmet that is available if you go to Grim Hex and buy one. Grim Hex is the place you want to go to buy all your terrifying helmet needs. There it is again. There we go. Bad guys beat. No more worry, no more fuss. So we're going to take a quick stop back to Everest Harbor and swap out our vessels. Everest Harbor, Everest Harbor. There we are. And since it's allowing me to jump directly to Everest, that means I'm probably not directly jumping to Everest. One of the annoying little bugs that keep happening is that the waypoint to Everest here will almost always, if I'm coming to it from a location other than somewhere around Hurston proper, it's actually going to drop me at a location that is, shall we say, not Everest Harbor. That said, sometimes it does put me there, so you know, random chance. Will I be on target? Yes! No. Okay, I overshot a bit by about, 200 kilometers. So there you go. Alrighty. Let's accelerate a bit. I want to get this thing landed as soon as possible. And then I want to cut my speed down because it's a little bit inconvenient if I tried to land at high speed. I mean, pilots end up dead that way. Not that I'm speaking from personal experience or anything like that. No, I would never do a thing like that. Oh, looks like another ship is nearby. Leave me alone, I leave you alone. Live and let live, that's my motto. Unless you're with Hurston Security. If you're with Hurston Security, I have a grudge. One day. You know the days I go for the crime stat, because those are the days I snap and say, Hurston Security, you're mine. But today is not that day. Luckily for them. So, let's settle down. Now, while I'm thinking about it, since we do have the Gladius out here, I think I might be able to show something else interesting that was a recent thing. You'll notice that I am finding spots that are not the cockpit that I can interact with. Is there one over here? Or was I not seeing that? Nope, here we go. Here we have what I believe are weapon racks. I can't really demonstrate them right now because, you know, I'm in an armistice zone, so I can't do anything about that. However, let's wander around a little bit. I could have sworn there was several more, but since I wasn't looking, here's another one. You basically have physicalized components being put onto, well, not quite physicalized, but they are being made ready for physicalized components. This would be, I guess, where you attach fuel hoses. Over here we have quantum drive access from the looks of it. Maybe. No, the quantum drive access is its own thing, okay. Now, people have seen this kind of thing before all the time on the larger ships, but the Gladius, to my knowledge, is the first smaller ship to have this sort of thing. And it's got a number of other things. I think there's a couple things that are up top as well. there's something over here. Maybe not. Oh wait, maybe it was over. No. Oh, here we go. Open. Oh, that's just the. Oh, what is it? Well, it's some sort of electronics access. And that sort of thing will become more important, undoubtedly, as the game continues to iterate and improve. I just thought that was worth showing off a little bit of. I believe there's some accesses on top of the ship too, but I'm not going to go kill myself trying to get on top of the ship right now. But I wanted to show that off because what's happening there with the Gladius, it's going to be happening with every fighter in the game at some point. The Gladius is just the first. Alright, that's it for the Gladius for now. Maybe we'll come back to the Gladius later. Or maybe we'll just, you know, stick around and pick on the people of Crusader. Well, the criminals of Crusader. Not to mention the aforementioned mad science that is still planned. Alright, RSI Andromeda. Constellation Andromeda. I always miss that. Now, theoretically, it should be okay, because even though it said unknown status, it was still stored here. I'm pretty sure it didn't explode. There we go, pad 6. Awesome. I love it when the plan goes the way it's supposed to go. Now you'll notice, as we go through the elevator list here, we have hangars and then we have docking ports. And those are new, but they don't really mean much yet. You know what? No. There's only so they'll only let my ship be on the pad for so long. I will try to remember, however, so we can go and take a look at them. Because one of the big things about 3.13.x is ship to station docking. And that's originally going to be just for the 890 jump into Hammerhead. But eventually it'll be allowed for other equally large starships. I'm looking at the Carrack. I would like to say I'd be looking at the 600i, except the 600i doesn't actually have a docking port for some strange reason. Maybe the Andromeda, the Constellation series. I mean, they've got docking collars. Of course, you could make the same argument for the Cutlass Blue or Cutlass Red. But honestly, the 890 and the Reclaimer are the only ships I feel really need the docking access like that, because you can't use them on space stations. They're too big. So the 890 and the Reclaimer, those are the guys who I would expect to really need the docking areas. At least currently in the game. I should be more specific. Because we do still have the Idris, the Javelin, the Polaris, ships of that size. They're going to be pretty big. So accordingly, you need to have ship station docking working for that to work out. You know, I sure hope I put a better quantum drive on this Andromeda. Because I'm suddenly not sure if I ever remember to put on better quantum drive. this trip is going to be a lot miserably longer if I'm wrong. First things first, though. It is taking a while to spool up, so that makes me think I did replace them. Because the cheapo quantum drives, they tend to spool up pretty quickly, but use more fuel and are slower, or slow. It's either or. They either use more fuel or they're slower. Usually not both. Usually. Oh yeah, plus the other problem with the duplicate components on here, gee, I sure hope it doesn't have 2 quantum drives. Ah! I've erred! Oh, I've screwed up. That's using the baseline Bolin quantum drive, or as a Subliminal would say on his streams and YouTubes, Bolin is colon cancer. Ah! Okay, well, I have chosen poorly. I knew I should have taken my Mercury. But the Mercury weapons are nowhere near as oomph as the constellation Andromeda. Now, I just want to point out here that for a long time the cargo lifts could not bring the vehicles in. That is no longer the case. Earlier this week, I loaded up a Tumbril AA Cyclone. Well, Cyclone AA. Let's be proper in its description here. I went to one of the outposts, I pulled out the Cyclone, I lowered the lift, and it went on board nice and easy. No problems, no clipping, no crashing, no explosions. Everything went smooth as silk. What this means, because this isn't just for the Andromeda or the Constellation series, this will also work, theoretically, for your 600i exploration variant. Not for the touring, as I discovered when I tried and realized, oh nuts, I don't actually have a cargo bay in the freaking 600i touring. Oops! That was my bad. Or the 890 jump. Let's see, who else has a lift? I'm not sure there's very many other ships that have lifts that can handle vehicles. A lot of the ships that can handle vehicles are using ramps, like the Mercury or the Carrack, or the pieces of garbage known as cutlasses. No, I think a lot of them are ramp related. But the fact that they've got that problem solved is a good thing, because being able to carry vehicles was a big selling point for the the Constellation series. I don't know if I would call it a selling point for the 600i exploration, but it's probably up there. And certainly for the 890 jump, which is the only ship at the moment that can carry the ballista anti-aircraft vehicle, which has lots and lots of really big missiles. This distinction will not last. When 3.13.x rolls through, the Hercules Starlifter will be with us, and they are designed to carry vehicles, including up to a pair of tanks. And the tanks are about the same size as the ballistas. So if the C2 and M2 Hercules say that they can carry 2 tanks, they should be able to handle 2 ballistas. Curiosity has gotten the best of Legend there. He's going to go into the PTU and see what the new bounty hunting thing is. Got struck by lightning and died anyway. Well, there's a reason. Well, no, I'm not going to go into that on a family-friendly stream. Suffice to say, I have theories as to why you got struck by lightning, but I'm not going to go there. Hopefully, I'll be interested in hearing if the specifics as to the bounty hunting thing, whether it's a question of not being able to jump to them directly, or if there's actual hunting involved, or if it's just that you can't eyeball it anymore. I am curious. Not wearing pants had nothing to do with it. Sure, legend. We're just going to let that statement sit there. Let it percolate a bit. I mean, really, you don't expect me to answer that comment. Now, as I demonstrated last week, we also have access at last, or at least the Constellation owners, to a working Merlin snub fighter. Which means, if I wanted to, I could get in here and fly off, which would be really stupid because I don't think I'd be able to catch up on my Constellation Andromeda in the middle of quantum travel. I'm not sure what would happen if I tried to detach this in quantum travel. Mad science is going to happen today. I'll teach you the treasure hunt in a thunderstorm. Picture Caddyshack with a shovel instead of a golf club. Say no more. Somebody was digging for treasure. Or maybe you were digging to bury treasure. I mean, that would be the kind of pirate sort of thing to do. I've never really understood why pirates would bury their treasure. I mean, isn't the whole point of getting treasure to spend it? I'm just saying. Personal point of view. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I don't really get the whole piracy in this game right now, because for the most part, the closest thing you'll get to piracy is extortion. Or protection money, but then again, a protection racket isn't piracy, that's a protection racket. Now, at some point, you'll be able to steal cargo from a ship. Then piracy starts making sense. And yeah, that kind of thing will happen someday. And that will add a new, exciting, and dangerous dimension to cargo hauling. Not to mention drug running, or probably anything else that you're hauling away. Plus, once the insurance starts becoming a thing, stealing the ship will also be a reasonable piracy sort of thing to do. Sea of Thieves has a great piracy mechanic. There we go, that's the name of the game. I don't know why I was having trouble remembering the name of that game. And you've been on both ends of it. You've had someone steal your ship, Legend? Or is it more on the lines of that you've been a pirate and you've been pirated? Oh, right. Next step, I guess I gotta go to Olisar, because I don't think I have any convenient quantum points to jump to. Both. Both. Well, I will freely admit that I've never done the pirate thing. I mean, I've certainly done illegal missions and all that, and worked on the opposite side of the law, but I've never really bothered pirating a player. Just, I don't know, I guess I just don't have this psychological attitude you need to do that. I mean, I don't have a psychological problem with blowing up players who are trying to kill me, but you know, going off to play homicidal maniac just doesn't really do it for me. Of course, this is coming from the same person who cracked and said, anyone from Hurston Security must die, and, well... Perhaps it's just waiting for the right stimulus to happen. Okay, I am at Yella, at last. So now I can go after this bounty target, kill it, and get my license to go after high-risk threat targets. Let's get the gimbals rolling on here. For a ship like the Andromeda, the gimbals are a big help, because it is not exactly what you would call a graceful ballet dancer. I mean, it's a lot more maneuverable than it used to be, but it's still not a graceful ballet dancer. It will do its best to make your life miserable. Gimbals will help. And there's the target, flying an Aegis Vanguard Warden, so he is flying a heavy fighter. So we're going to unload on him with all these extra guns. And that takes care of that. Okay, decisions. I want to swap out my quantum drive. I'm just trying to figure the best place to do it. Well, things didn't look too terrifying at OSR right now. I say that now, of course. Now, something I'm not happy about lately is that communications MFD, if a pirate finishes talking to you and you blow him up, instead of showing the people who you could normally interact with, you get this big X. I don't like that. It should come back like it shows right now, right away. Now, it might be a bug, it might be intended. I'm betting on bug because this is Star Citizen. A game that has more bugs than the Starship Troopers movie. Okay, we'll drop the landing gear. Oddly, it is on the wrong side of the tracks from the looks of it. I would have expected it to be on the near side of the station, but it's on the far side. Unfortunately, that means I need to get a little more exotic with my flight to land in the right spot. And it doesn't look like the other stretch is busy. I wonder if it's closed for maintenance. Alright, on approach. We'll land, we'll store the ship. We will replace that stinking quantum drive. I mean, seriously, grrr. We'll let the auto land do its thing. I don't really think I need to refuel my quantum. See, 92, 98, yeah, I don't need to do any refueling. Didn't use any missiles, so I don't have to worry about restocking. And I'm kind of interested in seeing what kind of wear and tear happens eventually, so I'm not going to do any repairing either. So, shut everything off, and let's get ready to hop into the station. Oh no! Legend's trapped in New Babbage with the endless train loop. They won't let him go. Yeah, I know exactly how that feels. You might be able to, if it ever opens up, get out of it and grab the next train. Sooner or later. Ah! Ah! What happened to my ship? This did not end right. Well, they said that there was a couple problems with the elevators. Oh, well. So much for that. The mad science portion of the stream may be delayed slightly. Oh, you got out of your New Babbage trap. Congratulations. All right. Well, 27 minutes delivery time. Or I can wait 4.5 minutes to expedite. I'm going to go with C, none of the above. I'm going to grab a bounty. We're going to kill some things, and then we'll come back and pick up where we left off. Could do... No, we're not doing caves. No cave. But we have a bounty mission at Yella. Single target, but that's okay. So, what do we have? Yeah, we'll go with Saber. I don't have the stealth components that I prefer on it, but it still works. Of course, it's gotta actually hit the platform first. C07. You know, this did not go the way it was supposed to. I was supposed to quietly go in and, oh yeah, that's a good point. Before I do anything, since I have put a claim on the Constellation Andromeda, it dropped you back to the hotel, but back to the train. Well, hopefully you took the next train, as opposed to the train that you got off with. And we're going to see if I have a spare good quantum drive to put on here. I do. Grumble, curse, snarl. I can't believe I didn't have the XL1 equipped. I mean, sheesh. Alright, the Saber. The Saber, I feel, is a ship that is not quite what it needs to be. I mean, the whole point behind being a stealth fighter is that you're able to open fire on somebody before he detects you to get the alpha strike. But usually I found that the amount of time I have for the alpha strike is a very small window, like measured within milliseconds. You've got to really be on the ball. I feel like either the weapons it has needs to be longer range, and maybe if I used different weapons, maybe they would be longer range. Ah, he made it to the spaceport. Excellent. Or the stealth has to be better so you can get closer. So it feels like it's not quite where it needs to be, and that's if you have, you know, the top line stealth components, which I was using for a little while there. Yeah, fly right through the ring. It's a small ship. I could get away with it. But since I don't have the big stealth components on here, I am not going to... Where the heck is my contract?
Thank you. Please visit again.
Did it not assign my contract again? Accept. Offer. Thank you. Criminy. Alright. Tarantulas are going to Saber. But do they have range? That's the real question. Do they have better range than the, I believe the Panther repeaters? Because if they don't have the range, you're not taking advantage of the stealth. Panther repeaters, yes, that's what I figured. I mean, I like the Panther repeaters, they're laser repeaters, and I'm usually a ballistics guy. Still can't stow Pico. Ah! Ah! So you're still stuck carrying Pico wherever you go. Nowhere to stow him. Well, maybe when they physicalize the inventory system. Which is theoretically slated for 3.14. We'll see. That physical inventory, incidentally, is one of the reasons why a lot of people suspect there's going to be a wipe going with the next 3.14 patch. Has better alpha damage, better for first strike. Yes, but The question is, will you be able to keep yourself... Well, then again, I guess if it's ballistic ammo, it doesn't generate as much heat. May not have as much a high EM signature. Don't know. Something to experiment with. I have often thought that ballistics would be a smarter weapon to throw on the saber. I just never got around to doing it. Because I'm lazy. Well, that plus, I'm doing a bunch of things at once. And it seems that here at Crusader, I am going to have to wait for my bounty. The North Rock targets were being nice and polite, but the Crusader security people, not so much. So we're just going to sit here, kick back, have a brew. I can't actually have a brew because I don't seem to have access to my inventory. No micro brew for fighter pilots. Cap, hello, how are you doing this afternoon? Hope things are well on your end of the monitor. You were doing ballistics and distortions last night on the Saber with pretty good success. But were you able to get close to them with stealth before they detected you? Were you able to open fire on them before they realized, hey, there's somebody here? Because I feel that is the whole point of a stealth fighter. I mean, obviously, after your first strike has happened, obviously stealth is out the window. But you should be able to get that first strike. You were going full military loadout, not stealth, so no idea. Well, you know what? It's something that I can experiment with at some point. Heck, maybe I'll even do it today. It depends on whether or not I want to do the really fun mad science I had slated for 10 minutes ago that I had to put off since the stupid Andromeda blew up on me. Grumble, 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 grumble. But, as any good supervillain would tell you, that was merely a minor setback. A mere hiccup. Of course, I was kind of expecting that my bounty would have showed up by now. What I really need on here is a table to throw some cards on where I can do solitaire while I'm waiting for the target to show up. Now, sadly, I do notice that it is past 2 o'clock Eastern here, and my bot is still not popping off. It should have popped off about twice now, and it hasn't. So obviously, I still have much to learn with that cloud bot. Oh, target acquired. Should have taken my MSR. No. This is an HRT. I don't really want to be trying to play with an HRT with my MSR. I mean, here we've got an Anvil Hurricane. I think I like my odds a little bit better with the Saber here. And now he's radar locked me. I didn't get my guns aligned either, so... I am getting hits. I can see the little red flashies. Give me more red flashies. Oops, I'm getting hit. That's not good. Die, horrible hurricane person. Looks like Legend has discovered that the public test universe is no escape from the 30K server crash. And Cap reminds me that the chess table does exist on the MSR, so I would have certainly been able to spend some time doing that. That is true. Unfortunately, I would have to leave the flight deck for that, which means I would probably explode before I got back to my flight deck. Or at least I probably would with luck I have. You know what, since I'm here, we'll see if I can pick up the Andromeda here at Grim Hex. Who knows? Maybe Grim Hex will have the ever elusive trolleys. I will get my hand on the trolley. It is only a matter of time. For those who are unfamiliar, Grim Hex is Stanton's hive of scum and villainy. In other words, if you're a criminal and you need somewhere to lie low, Grim Hex would seem to be the obvious choice. The big problem, of course, is that all the law enforcement folk know that too. So if you have a bounty on you, Grim Hex is good if you happen to, land there successfully. Getting out may be a little more of a challenge. Or, as to use an old popular song, you can check in anytime you like, but you may never leave. Alright, I am coming in at wrong angle. I'm still coming at the wrong angle. There we go. That's the right angle. Let's get the speed limiter there so I don't do something horrible like overshoot and die. And set down. So, done a brief bit of flying with the Saber. And Legend has made it back to the Aspire Grand. So he's back into the PTU. Now hopefully the trains there will run on time, so to speak. No. First things first. Is there a trolley in here? I'd almost forgotten the most important part of being in this hangar. Where are those trolleys? One day, I will find one. But it is not looking like today is going to be that day. Now that said, if somebody stole a trolley off of Grim Hex, nobody would be surprised, would they? It is Grim Hex. No, still no trolleys. There will be another time. There will be another time. I gotta wait for the elevator again. There we go. And since I'm here, maybe we'll take a brief pit stop before we grab the Andromeda. Plus, as a special bonus, it'll cut down the amount of money I have to pay to expedite it. Right. Nope, someone is telling a falsehood in chat. They're saying that you can only spawn ships at you can't spawn ships at HDMS locations, but that is incorrect. You can, but they've got to be really, really small, like the razors or the I tripped over my own feet, and what's happened to me? I can't get up. I've fallen and I can't get up! What's happened to me? Okay, I gotta make a note here. I need to make sure I make this as a highlight because there's no way I'm not highlighting that moment. Okay, good. I managed to get myself killed here. The guy standing there wondering, what has happened to this guy? Sniper in Grim Hex, but it's an armistice zone in here. Luckily, I don't have any crime stats, so it's not like I have to worry about waking up in, say, Klesher. And yes, some folks may have noticed that we did have a message saying that this was Loreville. It's not. It's, well, soccer here is a bug. I mean, big shock, right? Who would have thunk it? This is not the first time I've fallen over on my feet like that, but it is the first time that I've ended up stuck because of that. So we're going to take a quick stop here, do what I was originally planning on doing in here, which is to stop over at Scudder's. Why am I here at Scudder's? Because I'm going to get myself one of those truly terrifying looking helmets. Actually, I might get a couple terrifying helmets, because there are 2 different terrifying helmets available. Of course, it would help if I, selected helmet. First, we have the Death's Head helmet. Attractive, isn't it? Let's buy one. But there are other helmets that are at least as terrifying, or at least one terrifying helmet. Let's see, I'm pretty sure Grim Hex will have it. Because I'm pretty sure it used to be over at Levski, but Levski is sadly no more, at least until the Nixon system comes into game. There we are. The Butcher. And then we have this helmet, which is a mess and overpriced at 1,000. Especially since it doesn't look like it would actually, function.
Oh, you again.
What am I doing? I'm going to my equipment manager. I'm going to my armor, and we are going to swap out my cool Geo Corso helmet. And we're going to replace it with, oh my god, it's hideous. Except it doesn't seem to have taken yet. Let's try this again. Oh, there we go. Cool armor. And, oh my god, it's hideous helmet. What was that? Giving me the cool overcoat? Well, Legend, what that was is something that we would refer to as a bug. It isn't actually happening. I did a double check on that when I was fiddling around. It's a visual bug in the equipment manager that is currently showing you your clothing on top of your armor. And believe me, there are a lot of people who would love to see that actually working in the game. Let's go back to it so we can get another look at it. Right now, it's showing my long coat that I have as my clothing, is my jacket slot. And it's being put over my armor. Mostly. It's not putting in the arm, but it is covering the legs and waist, and kind of a little bit of the back. Yeah, look badass, yeah, I know, but it is what it is. Okay, let's go down to the lobby and hopefully not fall over and die again. Let's use this elevator, maybe it's safer. Oh, how about that? The bot actually did what it was supposed to again. Somewhere along the line, I'm going to figure that bot out perfectly, but it's not here. Basically speaking, guys, we have the Invictus Flight Week coming in 3 weeks. And if you're interested in trying out the game beforehand, oh god, I fell over again. Why does this keep happening? As I was saying, if you want to get an account beforehand, before you do the free flight week, if you click that link, you'll get a link to the RSI web page. You can make your account there, and it'll fill in my referral code so that you will get a free Aurora ES. That's right, the Aurora ES. So much garbage that they have to give it away for free. But hey, it's got a lifetime insurance token attached to it, so, you know, it ain't all bad. Okay, we will pay the expedited fee here because I got stops to make. Oops. Let's retrieve the ship. So, if you haven't played Star Citizen, you're interested in taking a look at it, make an account. Please use my referral code. And then, in 3 weeks, when the Invictus Flight Week happens, you will be able to fly any ship available for free. You won't have to pledge it. You won't have to pledge for a single ship. So make your account now and be ready for the Invictus free flight, and don't pay a thing, unless of course you find out that you really enjoy flying this stuff, at which point, sure, go ahead and pledge for a ship. I have demonstrated in the. What is with this? It's like I cannot stay on my freaking feet anymore. And this has only been a problem with 3.13, so I'm suspecting we have bugs happening here. But I have no idea exactly what is going on or how to fix it. It's like I'm playing QWOP. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, be sure to do a Google on it. That's QWOP. Learn the true horror of walking. Ah! What the hell? All I gotta say is a good thing I'm getting ready to sit down in the chair. Because nothing is going right here. Alright, alright. Deep breath. Let's get out, Grim Hex. Another escape from New Babbage. Excellent. It sounds like it's the perfect time for another server crash. Alright, let's see if we can escape Grim Hex. I mean, heaven knows, it can't be as complicated as escaping Babbage. And we are free and clear to navigate. And exactly that much is right with the world. Yes, Legend, I am slapping fate across the face on your behalf. I'm sure that you will appreciate that. Not. Now, since we were speaking of the vehicle pads on rooms and stuff, why don't we take a quick stop on one of them right now? Actually, let's do it through the map, because I need to find a location that I know is going to have vehicle pads. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm not... Okay, Arc Core mining area. That'll probably have one. Because virtually all the spots on Yella tend to be, you know, either criminal or aid shelters. The Arcor mining area, that will probably have what I want. So go Gadget. Okay, I'm going to set the destination again so I know where I'm going. And I'm going to bump up my speed because I really don't feel like taking forever to get to my destination. Of course, that may come back to bite me when I try to slow down to land. The good news is, Yella is a light gravity moon, so hopefully I will not end up falling on my posterior a zillion times like I was on Grim Hex. I should really check out the issue council and see if anybody's bugged that, because I'm sure it is. I just haven't gotten around to trying to fix it yet. There we are, render in. Something else that I need to do somewhere along the line in Crusader, but it's not going to be today. Because of the some of the things they've done with this patch, they've done some planetary and moon improvements, but it's also managed to successfully kill the landmarks I was using to locate the crashed Javelin on Daymar. So I kind of have to start from scratch on that. I'll get to it. It just hasn't been a high priority. Alright, let's set her down. Or try to set her down, at any rate. Can I get the auto land working? No, I can't. Okay, so I might not be straight, but you know what? Good enough for my purposes. Yeah, I'll get to see a real one in a few weeks. Yes, I was reading that. For those who are unfamiliar, the largest ship in the game, the Javelin Destroyer, which is not available to players in game yet, will be making an appearance during the Invictus Flight Week, and apparently they've got some of the interiors done, because okay, well, guess what? I'm thinking that I'll be more specific, Cap. It's the largest playable ship in the game. Yes, I'm aware that the Bengal is bigger, but you can't purchase the Bengal. The Javelin, on the other hand, you can, although admittedly only in limited amounts for specific periods of time. In any event, it seems that the Constellation is not going to cooperate with me, so the mad scientist experimentation that I was plotting to do is going to have to wait until 3.13.x, where theoretically they are solving the problem. I can only handle exploding so many times. Of course, I'm also having trouble staying on my feet here in Grim Hex, so it's been that kind of day. In any event, just before I got sidetracked with the what's bigger conversation, you will be able to tour the interior of the Javelin, or at least select portions of it. I strongly doubt they have the full interiors done on the Javelin, but obviously they must have enough to be worth showing off. I imagine that the parts that they'll be... Seriously? I seriously doubt that they'll have the entire interior. I bet that the interiors they'll be showing off are the ones they've got that are needed for Squadron 42. which is the single-player variant of Star Citizen that is in progress. That perhaps someday, before the turn of the century, they may even have it in beta. Okay, Andromeda, you've had your turn. You've had your chance. You've blown up more than enough times on me that we aren't doing you anymore today. Grrr. So let's grab the Vanguard Harbinger. If I'm going to do some bounty hunting, let's do some bounty hunting with something with teeth. Hangar 2. And hopefully I won't fall on my butt again. Because apparently I have the legs that operate like a cripple. I'm playing Quap. I swear I'm playing Quap. And I just took damage from something. Not enough to be significant since I'm at 100% health, but I saw the little symbol that indicates I've been hit by something. Grrr. Unlike many fighters, we have the ramp. We have the living area, complete with the closet and arsenal. And we have the flight deck. The Harbinger is one of 4 variants, if I recall correctly, of the Vanguard fighter, heavy fighter. This is the torpedo, well, the missile variant. I shouldn't say torpedo. I don't know if it has anything that could qualify as torpedoes. There's also the Sentinel, which is an E-War variant. The Hoplite, which is a dropship variant. And the Warden, which is the straight gunship. I wanted to have something with a bit more missile capacity, so here it is. Whether or not I stick with that in the long term is still an open question. Do I want to link them all? Yeah, I sort of want to link them all. It does have gimbals available, but I find that it's probably better just to have them on lock. Okay, next step. Let's find somebody that we can shoot. I feel like I should be seeing something about the North Rock Crusader security. Yeah, I got no idea what's going on there. Let's look over our targets available. We have a group warrant for high-risk threats. More money. More prestige. More chances to get blown up. And more importantly, more chances for the game to screw me over and not accepting it. That's been happening a lot here. At this point, there we are. I was certain that I was going to get screwed over on that. So out we go. Now, theoretically, the North Rock group bounties will all be in the same planetary system. If that is the case, and I have no reason to believe otherwise. Oh, and they're all around yellow, including one that is practically right here. Well, if they want me to get them right here, who am I to deny? Now, I want to be honest and say that the Vanguards are not my favorite fighters. I like a little bit more maneuverability in my fighters. On the other hand, since I've been flying the Constellations on a regular basis these days, I think that's somebody else's target, actually. I want to leave him alone. I'm not here to pick on somebody else's target. it would be rude. I want Hidekai Picard. Picard? Oh, Price, there's a hammerhead in the neighborhood. Yeah, we're not going to get involved with that hammerhead. Clearly, this place is a little more dangerous than I was hoping for. Where are you, Picard? Obviously, this is a... Okay, some idiot decided to open fire on me, so... I'm going to give benefit of the doubt and assume that the person who opened fire on me is one of the bad guys. Because this place is getting awfully hot for an area that I'm looking for a single bounty target. Especially when I'm looking for the descendant of the legendary Captain Jean-Luc. It's like, look guys, you want to pick on that guy, go right ahead. I'm not interested. I have my own bounty target that I want to take out, and he's not related to any of you, so... Kindly butt out. I'm here for one reason, and one reason alone. Mr. Picard. Okay, okay. Is that Picard? That's not Picard. Where the heck is he? There he is! There he is! Now, I do want to get him quickly because I do not want the other guys around here who are screwing around to accidentally take out my target. He is flying a Valkyrie, which means this guy is actually going to be tanky. It's a good thing I grabbed the Sentinel here. Not Sentinel. Harbinger. The Vanguard who can dish out the damage. Alright, there we go. And with that out of the way, I no longer have to be in this neighborhood. And since I'm no longer needing to be in this neighborhood, I can go after more appropriate targets. Like, say, my other bounties. Where the heck are my other bounties, anyway? Good enough. Let's evacuate this area. And yeah, that's something you'll notice when you get to the high-risk targets. High-risk targets start having ships that are substantially beefier. Valkyries will come out. Hurricanes, which are not exactly beefier, but they pack a punch. Stuff like that. Vanguard Warden, which is another good example of higher-end weaponry. All right. Let's get a little closer. Oh, he's firing on me already. That's annoying. He can shoot me, but I can't shoot him. Still, if I can get... Oh yeah, I've gotten some licks on him there. He is not long for this world. Yeah, newsflash. If he's shooting at me, he's not a friendly target. Let's see, he can't quantum jump to the bounty marker anymore. Well, but you do still have a marker, yes? I mean, if you still have a marker, then that's still doable. It's just going to be more time-consuming. So, it will no longer be the land of rapid income. But it will still have, presumably, the decent pay. But credits per minute is going to be hit hard. And honestly, the whole bounty hunting thing, the fact that you even have a marker in general is still probably going to go away. Because it's not really hunting, is it? Let's see, mining is king again, or elbowing each other and waiting for server ticks for cargo resources. Yeah, trading is still going to be a problem, though. But all things are subject to change. Let's see, another Vanguard. And I'm sure that the folks at CIT will get plenty of feedback on that change. And I'm sure everybody will consider it a positive improvement. I need to throw a macro that does a mocking laugh every time I say something like that. I'll put it on my list of things to do someday. Bounty targets are all down. Money rolls in. Tasty 40k money. And I'm getting the exclamation mark on my Delphi again. Oh, I am so close to security agent and pay bonuses. So close. No extra license for bounty hunting yet, so the very high-risk targets are still MIA. Let's take a look at contracts, see if I have anything appointment-wise. No appointments, so no contacts yet. Okay, well, you know what? We'll do one more mission here, and since it'll be the final mission here, we're going to do something fun, well, not fun, but pretty fun. We're going to try out one of these cave missions. Yes, I am indeed crazy. One will give me 30,000, one will give me 25,000. They're both on Daymar. So we're going to grab... Well, actually, we'll go with the single target one because I'd prefer just to take one guy down. Okay, and there seems to be a bit more to it than expected, so... Let's see how we do this mission. What my first objective that was listed on here, I didn't really read it through because I thought I was getting targeted by somebody. Apparently I'm not. Search for the bounty's current location. Targets hiding in unmonitored areas will need to be tracked down via scanning or reactivating comm arrays. So we know that we got to go to Daymar. Oh, I do have an enemy ship closing in. Well, I find that rude, so we'll blow them up first. Gladius variant, he won't last long. In fact, he's dead before I even complete the sentence. Next target, Cutlass Black. Oh, hot garbage. This shouldn't take long either. The O2 bug is still not fixed. Well, that doesn't shock me either, but I can go a pretty good long time without having to worry about O2, even with that bug in place. I mean, let's see. I'm currently at 86% oxygen. Granted, I've died a few times today. Stupid quap. Daymar. Daymar is where my bounty target is, so we're going to go to Daymar and we're going to see if I can find that cave. Now, one of the things I'm going to be interested in seeing is whether or not the caves are defended. And the other thing I'm going to be interested in seeing is how big this cave is, because there are apparently caves now that are large enough to drive vehicles in, or even fly your Starship in. And I'm going to be curious to see whether or not this one will qualify. This may not be the mad science I was planning, but that's okay. I think we'll fly to OM1 to see if I can get a little closer there instead of trying to do it the hard way. 594 distance away right now. 154 now. I like it. Unfortunately, I'm not 100% certain. Yeah, it's still probably my best bet. Crank the speed to max. And start nosediving into the moon. I'm absolutely certain that I'll be able to pull up before I worry about impacting and making a new crater. I'm reasonably sure. I'm kind of sure. Well, it'll be entertaining for a lot of people if I don't. It's not like I'm flying a Misk Razor right now. Inside joke. Okay, we are getting ready to hit the 100-kilometer distance. At this point, I feel reasonably confident that I am not going to impact the ground. Well, let me rephrase that. He's not on the other side of the moon. Because I'm pretty sure that that's a reasonable number. Now, a smart guy would have double-checked to make sure that his weapons are what he wants them to be. I'll do that once I'm on the ground. I know I've got my C-54 submachine gun set because that is my personal favorite, oh crap, sort of weapon. But I would kind of like to have my P6LR sniper rifle available because quiet kills are best kills. And I don't know if I actually have that on my back right now. Okay, good news, bad news. Good news is I am within 30 kilometers. Bad news is I'm 20 kilometers up, which means if I don't slow myself down, impact cratering will happen. Now, I'm going to admit this is not the ship that I would have ordinarily expected to do this kind of mission in. But it's the one I have at the moment, and therefore the one we're going to fly. Okay, we're down to a reasonable rate of speed again, so I will not be creating an impact crater. Unless, of course, the ship blows up randomly like the Constellation did. I can't help that one. That one did not make me happy. How's a guy supposed to do mad science if the ship blows up when it lands? Okay, it's an alpha. These things happen. If you can't roll with those kind of punches, then you probably should not be playing this game. Okay, well, bounty... Okay, something's up here. I see something on the radar. Is that another person? Hopefully that's not a turret. I was kind of going into this with the expectation that I'm not going against turrets. Alright. Well, what we have here is a sinkhole-looking cave. Or maybe not. Are those people? Or are those boxes? Better be sure. Okay, they're not people. Hold on. I thought I heard something flying by. Didn't see anything on my radar, though. Oh! Okay, 325 meters away. I have a location on the guy. Unfortunately, what I don't have is an apparent entry point. I think that this might be a little too large to... Okay, now that I'm more level to the ground, it looks more sane. I don't think this is big enough to fly a ship inside. And I'm bouncing, which means I better put on my landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Okay, this is definitely not a ship cave.
Landing complete.
And I am landed. Excellent.
Engines offline.
We'll leave the ship turned on. Yeah, they're not anymore if they were. Well, you know, there's no kill like overkill. Let's close up the door here. Check out my weapons. I am using my P6LR, so that's good. But you know what? I'm going to change out the scope. I don't need 16 times telescopic. We'll swap it to 4 times. I don't expect to have to deal with dangers at that kind of distance in a cave. C-54 is my secondary. And I've got my Coda pistol for those moments when I'm in bigger trouble than I want to think about. So let's close up this door. Open up onto the airless moon of crap. Okay, good news and bad news. Bad news is, apparently landing a ship that has a ramp is also dangerous. The bad news is, I'm stuck on this moon. Okay, well, that makes life just as interesting, doesn't it? Grrr. Hopefully 3.13.x will solve this little problem. In the meantime, if I've got to suffer, everybody in this cave is going to suffer with me. All right. It's time for death to come to this cave. Turn on my light, because, you know, here I am. I'm coming for you. You know, it occurs to me that my laser sight is completely pointing to somewhere other than where my barrel is pointing to. That probably doesn't bode well either. Alright, time to look in the cave and see where the bad guys are. I mean, what's the worst they can do? Kill me? My ship's already gone. I'm already a dead man. So now it's just a question of whether or not I'll get any money to make it worthwhile. Yeah, it's all kind of skewed to the right. It seems to be okay when I, zoom in and go in my scope here, but that is not where this is pointing. Or at least the rifle's not. Suffice to say, it seems we might have a minor graphical bug going on here. Gosh, a bug in Star Citizen. Who would have thought? Now, I have no idea how many opposition is in here. For all I know, the guy could be all by himself. Nobody believes that he's by himself. Is that? No, it's just a part of my scope. I'm not used to using this particular scope, so... There is a certain thrill in doing this, though, because I'm not familiar with the layout of the caves. So, unlike the bunkers, where I'm very familiar with everything there, this is a brand new experience where death can be lurking behind any corner. And it probably is. Hip fire to see if the hit marker matches the laser. Well, I'm going to hold off on that because the last thing I need to do right now is alert anybody who is in this cave to my presence. Okay, anybody who managed to miss the fact that there was an exploding starship outside. I mean, seriously. Is that bot? No, that's a canister. Of course, it also occurs to me that I'm wearing bright white. Just the kind of color you want for a stealth operation. Oh, hi there. Bye. Sadly, he was not my target. Oh, there's another guy on the side here. Let's kill him too. Ooh, just love the way he spun around. Oh, who said you can get back up? I'm amazed he was able to get back up after that shot. When you're losing certain important parts of your anatomy, well, let's just say he's a harder man than I am. That may not have been the right phrase for me to use. Oh, look, another target. Man, it took 3 shots from a P6. That's unusual. Okay, now I can take a peek over here. Looks kind of empty. We'll ignore that for now. I'll be sorry later. Oh, another one. Hi! Bye. That's wrong. Well, he's probably using the special armor crotch guard. Yeah, I didn't really think there'd be anything back here, but I wanted to clear my back end there before I had to worry about little surprises like being shot in the back. Which is still a very realistic outcome here because, I don't know the layout of the caves all that well. Every other time I've done cave missions, it's usually ended poorly. But since I'm a walking dead man anyway, who cares? Can you feel the tension? Not running around much because I'm trying to conserve my oxygen supply. It would be embarrassing to die of lack of oxygen before I finished off my target. Of course, it would not be embarrassing to die from, gunfire, because that's kind of how I'm expecting this to end. Still 200 meters away. Cut the tension with a knife. Who will win? The bounty with all his assorted guards, or me? Of course, ultimately, the moon of Daymar is going to win, because eventually I'm going to run out of air and die. Oh yes, the bot actually kicked off properly for a change. If you're looking to try out Star Citizen, if you like what you're seeing here, minus the bugs, or even with the bugs, if you haven't got an account, go ahead and click the link. You'll use my referral code, and if you do a pledge for the game, you will get a free Aurora ES, which is even more garbage than the Cutlass Black, but at least it has a lifetime insurance that you can use, which makes it very helpful if you decide to really like the game and want to upgrade to some other ship. Okay. Looks like I'm going to be doing a lot of cropping here. Okay, this is where it starts getting entertaining, because I don't know about if I'm going to be able to get past some of this stuff. Maybe if I go prone. Can I go prone? Maybe not. I feel like I need to be crawling under this rock here. But what I'm not seeing is how I'm going to be able to do it. I crouch. Unless they change the keybind for going prone. There must be a way past this that I'm not seeing. Oh, okay. Okay, can we... You know, this rock here is definitely causing me problems. You know what? I think that's a mineable rock. Oh, of course I got a tractor beam attachment on right now. Yeah, X is what I thought it was too. Let's see. Go into Equipment Manager. Swap out utility. Put on my orbit attachment. Hadnite. Well, that's irony for you. I'm not getting a good scan on it though. Okay, let's turn that off for a minute and do a full scan on here, because apparently I need to scan the thing before I can safely break it. And I need to break it because it's blocking my way. I'm not going to bother picking anything up though, because I'm going to die here on Daymar, so what would be the point? But I would like to break it open so it doesn't block my way. A more demented soul would try to break it and explode the thing. But I don't want to explode the thing because it'll probably kill me. I mean, that would be even more embarrassing than being killed by the lack of oxygen. It is a very good thing to practice your skill at mining the hand, because if you end up in prison, this is one of the ways you'll use to help reduce your time. All right. Back to business. Okay, looks like I gotta holster the gun again. Nope, nope, here we go. Here we go. There we go. There we go. I think I've gotten myself around. Problem solved. The hunt continues. Okay, back on my feet. Looking for trouble. Oh. Flare. Nobody's standing by the flare, which is good. It ain't over yet, bounty target. Currently, I am 150 meters away and still crawling down. I'm using crawling metaphorically because I'm not actually crawling. Being this far down, I'm beginning to understand why nobody's alerted from the explosion. I doubt I'd be able to hear anything from this with this much rock between us either. I also have no idea of how many opponents I have to deal with, so it's perfectly possible that there's nobody else in here but my target. Yeah, I didn't believe that either. Oh, this is interesting. I've got one that's going down, and one that's going up. Let's check up first. Okay, up's sort of a dead end. Okay, forget up. Incidentally, if you are claustrophobic, I do not recommend this game. Or at least I don't recommend doing the cave mission. Getting out of here would be a definitely worrisome experience if I thought that I was, actually going to get out alive. Oh, this is a familiar tactic. Being able to understand how to climb rocks and rock shelves is a valuable skill that you will have to learn if you plan to escape clutch of prison anytime. That's a pro tip. That dead end, or because the guy is clearly 78 meters that way, but I think I gotta take the long way around. Still. Now, if you're doing a cave mission, I would also recommend you grab lots of flares, because getting lost in here is going to be far too easy. Oh, silhouette. Nice. Let's see. It's weapon zeroing. Let's see if I can make that head explode. Oh! Well, looks like... Oh, Christ, there's multiples. I just found the mother lode. Okay, stealth has just gone out the window. Okay, deep breath. It occurs to me that maybe I would be smart and, do a med pen. Except I have never really monkeyed with a med pen since the change of the changes of the game. Oh, Christ, he's right there. Did I get them all? No. Now I got them all. I hope. Okay, I'm going to take a second here to holster the gun and try using the med pen. Pull out med pen. Use med pen. Excellent. Reload the weapon. I don't want to be trying to wander around with 17 rounds of ammo in here. Should have had my stealth flashlight equipped. Well, you know, the stealth flashlight does seem to be doing the job. Not seeing any more targets in here. Do a quick circuit of the area, make sure there's no one else hiding in here. Yeah, there was a few more targets in here than I was expecting to see. Alright, I'm going to take a quick second here, and I'm going to try to I won't be able to do this in the future, but since I can right now, I'm going to try to make sure that I can rearm my ammo. When physicalized inventory comes into play, this is going to be a much harder sort of thing to do. Alright, let's get my eyes to adjust again. 67 meters away. And I think we can go back to the sniper rounds. I hope I didn't get myself turned around. What the heck? Okay, that's not creepy at all. Target is 93 meters away. I'm getting further away, but I think I got turned around because I'm going further away. I feel like I was making progress, and now I think I am hosed myself somewhere. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Either that or I'm coming out the way I left. No, this is not going well. I'm getting further away from the guy. And that is not the goal here. The goal here is to get closer to the guy. Okay, okay. Okay, Holloway, I think I see you. I see you. Contract complete. Gotta go past the molester plant. Contract is complete. Target eliminated. So now I can just take a quick look around, see if there's anybody else in here, and go crazy with the gunfire because... Oh, come on, just fall down, you jerk. Thank you. Because I'm still trapped in the cavern system with no way out. I am doomed. My fate is sealed. But, just to see if I can do it, let's see if I can find my way back out. As I'm sure that you can imagine, this is likely to go poorly. This is where those flares would have come in handy. Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, no kidding. The oxygen will go before that does. But I think I'm going in the right direction because I remember that flare. And I remember climbing those rocks. Because I was commenting on, you know, the utility of climbing rocks. Especially if you're planning to escape pleasure. And I gotta climb these rocks to get out, because I'm pretty sure I fell down this way. May all my guesses be right. Fortunately, I can't seem to quite... Oh, I'm on top of a... Oh. I'm on top of a mineable. I have to admit, this is the strangest mining that I'm ever going to do. Every time threw a rock, every time you threw a flare down, it fell through the ground. Well, you know, that might have been your problem. Were you throwing it, or were you placing it? Now, there is one tiny problem with this plan here. And that's the fact that I can't see my green on my scanner, which means this thing is going to explode. I'm not going to successfully mine it. I'm going to explode. Citamote? Okay, we'll give that a shot. We'll see what happens. Oh, come on. Where's my options? I think the Citamote has become largely irrelevant here. Maybe if I holster and try. Yep. Oh, my sense of balance apparently has been my major problem throughout the game so far today. And it seems to continue to be my problem. I mean, for God's sake, seriously, guys. Well, if I'm going to go, I'm going to go spectacularly. Yes, go out in glory! Go ahead, Rock! I'm not afraid! You'll break before I do! Yeah! Up, up, up! Witness me! Oh, right. This isn't space mining. They don't actually kill me. Well, that was anticlimactic, wasn't it? Still, I gotta admit, it would have been a hilarious end. Alright, we are still rising, which is good. Given the choice, up is usually better. Yeah, mediocre. Thank you, Morton Joe. Here we go. Oh, right, I remember this section. It was that winding section that I had to, I'm not sure how I'm going to get past this part. Maybe if I go up this way. Yeah, here we go. Don't tell me I'm stuck on another one. I think it respawned the rock. I think it respawned the rock that blocked my way. Well, I'm not going to tolerate that. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Come on, I just want past this stupid rock. Yeah, that worked about as well as I would have expected. Can't believe it respawned the rock that's blocking my way. That is insane. It respawned it and it's not mineable. Check the prone keybind. Yeah, might as well check it. I'm pretty sure, though, that it's also X as well. Graphic shows... Oh, it would help I went on foot, wouldn't it? Space brake doesn't work here. Yeah, X is prone. And let's verify through the advanced customization. On foot. Prone. X. X sparks the spot. But it don't want me to go prone. Of course, admittedly, I'm already crouched. The things I do. There must be a way past this. I do not accept that. I do not accept the no-win scenario. Maybe back up and then try standing. Well, the problem is I really don't have anywhere tall enough where I can stand without going literally all the way back to the bottom. But on the other hand, nothing else is working, is it? So... Oh, I'm standing. But I can't crouch or prone here. Oh, hold on. Okay, there's my... I can crouch there. But I can't go prone. Truly, it does not want to cooperate. And I know this is the way because Those rocks are what I mined. I know I'm going in the right direction. But that one rock does not want to cooperate. If I have to find a way to glitch through, I will, dagnabbit. Where's a grenade? Okay, well, I think we can say that I definitely know the way out of here. It's just that, you know, a certain terrain feature that came back to life is hosing me. And the fact that I can't go prone here anywhere means I can't crawl past it. Alright, fine. Let's get extreme, shall we? Bad bounce. Wonder if I can pull the pin and place it. Claim victory. There we go. No, no, not this way! I'm out! All right. Well, that was a tragic. I mean, there was no other way it could end, really. I mean, even if I made it back to the surface, I was still a dead man because my ride was gone. But all the same, that was an entertaining mission to do, even if it ended kind of poorly. And, well, I have no real complaints except for that stupid rock. Grumble, 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 grumble. Okay, we are at the, yes, I did get paid. That's the important thing. Oh yeah, we can turn that light off now. And I believe this is a good time to close out the stream. I hope everyone enjoyed the entertainment. It was certainly not the entertainment I was expecting, but it was the entertainment that I feel was worth doing. I will be streaming Star Citizen, of course, next week, next Saturday at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern to approximately 3 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, Legend. It's always enjoyable to have people online. I like to think that people are being entertained. And I hope folks are entertained, whether they watch this live or with the video on demand, either here or on YouTube. Let's see, did I put in that command? Let me check to see if I actually put in that command. There we go. That's where I happen to archive my YouTube links. So if you missed a stream, you want to see past streams, that's where they're all hiding. Thank you, Cap. I also stream Star Trek Online on Wednesday nights from 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern to approximately 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern. So if you're someone who enjoys Star Trek, feel free to stop by and say hello for that. I hope everybody enjoyed the stream. It's been a pleasure having folks on and chatting with them. I hope to see you all next time. This is Korith Landwalker, signing off.